look skinnier.
Hi.
Don't mind me. I'm trying to just make myself look a little bit more thin.
Sitting up straight. Well, because we are also on the YouTube. So I'm TT.
I'm Gigi.
And this is the Oprah Rose Show.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know, like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend.
Please.
Send us some letters. I feel like, I talked about last week, I talked about my unhinged summer. And I'm going to continue to have an unhinged summer. I actually might need to stop. But actually.
Keep going.
Yeah, I'm like, actually. But if y'all have any unhinged summer stories or whatever, send them on in to the Oprah Rose Show at gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear about it.
As long as you ain't being unhinged in Houston, I think you'll be
I'm
okay.
dead. All them STDs running rampant.
Child, it's running rampant down there. My God.
Oh, my God.
They done got rid of the condoms just like they did abortion.
I know.
God bless y'all.
It's like, I don't know why. It's so crazy that something as small as a condom can just prevent so many things. And niggas don't be using them.
No.
At all.
Mm-mm.
It just be, it's just.
I remember my days of having fun. It
Yeah,
used to be like they'd be like, I'm straight if you straight. Nah, nigga, go get that shit. I got one in my purse.
I'm straight if you straight. Oh,
like,
my God.
We don't got to. Nope, we got to.
It's crazy. It's
because I'm fertile myrtle, so please.
It's so many. That's why I said it's between the babies, the STDs. It's just so many things that condoms can literally, figuratively, and literally save lives. In every sense of the word.
And it's like some new shit that's coming out too. Like I had posted something on my Instagram because I saw it on Spiritual World. Like 1 week there was 17,000 new HIV cases, and then it was 22,000 syphilis. Like how she got back up?
Yeah, how is syphilis back up? See, the government is trying it because that's actually how they are putting it in our I don't know. They're putting it in our food. Exactly. Down there in Tuskegee. It's I'm playing. They are. I was talking about Kentucky last week. They are, and it is just spreading. They're taking it. They put it in Los Angeles and in New York. Shit, they pumping it in the air. Trying to kill off black people.
Anyway, sorry, that went a little off the train.
That was
off the track, but
definitely a little dark. So I feel like last week we were talking about how much stuff has changed. How it's I cannot believe you're a mom and wife, and that's I feel like our 8. How long have we been doing this damn podcast now at this point?
Oh, we started in 2016.
Damn,
you sounded like Kevin Hart.
Damn.
8 years, almost 9 years. It'll be 9 years in February.
God. Yeah, I can't even think about, I feel like the last 8 years. But this year, I feel like, what have you, I wish we did have an episode from the top of the year, but what has changed for you? And because basically we have obviously done 6 months of the year. We have 6 months left. What have you learned in these past 6 months? And what do you hope to continue to learn, achieve, do for the next 6 months?
I think one of the main lessons that I've learned in the first 6 months of the year is that even if I know to anticipate something, it can still hurt me, and that's okay. And that, it's better to just still stay positive about everything. Like I said that I think in the last episode, and that I don't know that will never not be a active lesson for me or active thing that I'm working on, because I have many Scorpio placements, so I get very dark. Even if I don't show it outwardly, I get very dark internally, and I'm just I think about the worst case scenario.
Yeah, same.
The worst thing that could possibly happen, and I just create these nuances in my mind that don't even exist. So I have to, for my own better interest, I have to always think more positive. But I feel like, I knew in the new year that I was going to have a baby, right? And I knew that it was going to be challenging, but I thought that I was going to be able to really wrap my head around it a little bit better. And I wouldn't say that I haven't done a bad job, but there are still some things that are okay, I knew this was going to happen, but I didn't, I feel like sometimes we think we can brace ourselves for pain or hurt or discomfort or unease.
Yeah.
And we can, but I still get surprised that I feel these things, right? Like I knew I was going to have to lose weight and it's not happening as fast as I wanted to, but I'm also 6 years older than what I was the last time that I had a baby. The change in all of the relationships around me, like I remember that being a thing when I had my first kid, but then to experience that again, it's like, okay, this girl, but that doesn't make it hurt any less. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I forget what the lesson was that.
No, I think like you said, stay.
Yes.
Because I'm very much a prepare for the worst type of person where even like you said, it's still, even when you are preparing, I guess, or know something, like you're bringing it on one by just thinking about it. Because I'm always going to go super duper left. It ain't, I'm working on glasses half fuller. Okay. I'm definitely, the glass is empty. Destruction, peril, chaos, and to try to, I guess, mitigate and deal with it. And then when it happens, you're like, oh, wait, okay, maybe I'm not as prepared as I thought. And that's okay. Like, I can't remember. Somebody actually told me that. They were like, it doesn't even make sense to try to prepare for the worst because you still, like, you might act differently, when it happens. So it really is like your perspective and your mindset of like, all right, we're here. Like, how am I going to deal with this?
Right.
Like, am I going to crash out or like whatever it is? It really does have to be that kind of like positive perspective. And that's so hard. It's actually so much easier to complain and, take a very different approach to things. But it's hard. We all just trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Man.
Everybody just trying to figure it out.
What about you?
I guess what I have learned in the past 6 months, mine are kind of like buckets. I just saw this thing when I was looking for the quote, and overarchingly, so and not me doing the quote first now, doing the quote in the middle of the show.
Love that.
But I have learned 3 lessons this year: to leave people where they're at, accept situations for what they are, and not every action needs a reaction. And I
leave people where they at.
Yeah. Woo! And I think that the last 6 months for me, it's like I keep saying this, but I really have to lean on like when something is wrong or someone is wrong for you, and then you're just like, trying to make it work, and you don't really see it as much when you're in it, but there's like little signs, or like when people try to play with you and situations pop up and you're like, oh, this is isolated or this is that or it's that. And I definitely think sometimes, specifically in relationships, we can either we give up too quickly in relationships because it gets hard, or we give people too much grace.
That is so true.
So it's like finding that balance of when is it worth it, to stick it out as opposed to just disposing of people. But then you also don't, like back in the day, like niggas was married forever and probably didn't even like each other, but stayed married for the sanctity of literally the word marriage. Right. But they weren't happy. So
or they had to, because it's only been 60 years. We're only 60 years removed from women being able to open up a bank account.
Yeah. Or exactly. Or you had to. So it's like, for me, I think it's like just being very clear when something is not for me and removing myself from it. Or someone that I was even, like I said, last literally or week, whatever.
I don't think you've ever had a short relationship.
And I don't. When I think about
it.
I don't. They're all extremely long because I think I'm like, I'm going to try, or this could be different. And now I am like, no, I'm out now. Like, I hate to be like, I definitely will approach relationships differently. Like, absolutely. Like, no, all the grace, like, obviously I do believe in extending grace to people, but all that like extra grace that I extended, absolutely not. Right. Absolutely not. This is why the niggas is dating white bitches, because I get it. Like, I get it. Cause my patience and tolerance level now is just, I'm also older. So it's so much shorter, and that's not anybody else's concern either, like that I'm older and like literally on kind of like a time clock. So I'm definitely not, when I say that, I'm not imparting that on somebody else. But for me, as for me and my black ass body, it just, and black ass mind, it's very much like, all right, nope, this ain't it. Like, got to move on. Like, I was about to sing a song. I can't, because we can't sing that nigga no more either. I was singing Bryson Tiller and Puff.
Oh,
I know his name is a name that cannot be mentioned, but anywho, and then I feel like I feel like
singing them shits.
I mean, you can't not, like, it's very difficult. And then I think professionally, I felt very validated and like, wow, I actually know what I'm doing. Not that there aren't things to learn. Yeah, but it was very like, wow, I really, really, not only do I know what, I'm really good at this. Yeah. And I don't think, like, probably last year I might not have said that, but now I'm like,
it feels really good to be affirmed. And I don't know that, I don't want to make it like a black woman thing, or if it's like a woman
specifically,
thing.
I think it does hit harder.
It does.
Like, we live in a patriarchal society.
Industry.
Yeah, and everything, right, is based off of patriarchy, for starters. So absolutely, I think, especially being a black woman in, I mean, all the spaces are male dominated.
Yeah,
so
they are.
To be affirmed in, like you said, even just internally, like, it is a big thing, and more people should, like, I feel like black women are just way too humble, and it doesn't mean that I'm like going around, like, but I think just like, knowing, like I said, oh my God, I actually
know what the fuck
and
I'm
then
doing.
I was getting like random like, oh, you have great energy. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, okay, this is what I do want to put out in the world, and, be like a light person. Because I think so many times, like, especially with social media, people try to create these like fabricated personas. And I really, really, really see it with, I hate to be like Gen Z, but like your 20-something-year-olds. Yeah. And they think you have to, like, it has to look like this. And I'm talking about like kind of entertainment specifically. Yeah. And you want to be,
grew up on the internet.
Yeah. And you want to be associated with this art. It's like, it's so corny to me. Like, it's actually very corny to me. It's like, just be yourself and do the work, and all of it will follow. But like, all of the fabricated shit, I'm like, y'all are corny, and I'm going to just have a good fucking time. And I am a little unhinged and chaotic, and now I'm just like leaning into it, that you also can't, use it against me, or not show. We've talked about that so many times, like specifically not showing personality on Instagram. And it's like, for what? Like, we're not getting out this motherfucker alive.
No, you can't. So you can't take none of this shit with you.
Yeah, and it's like, these people do not pay our bills. Like, no, everybody's gonna think what they want to think regardless. That part. So it's like, be you, have fun. Make mistakes. I feel like make mistakes.
That's how you learn.
Like, it is, and you have to go, and you got to go through the, like, unfortunately, like, the hardships to be able to learn. Like, you don't, the same way, you can't grow without the rain. So you literally cannot go through life without hardship. So that's when, I guess, what we were even back to your point. It's like, stuff is gonna happen. It's just kind of like how you deal with it.
Yeah, how you show up.
Yeah. I feel like those are mine. And then I do need to find me. I'm looking for the hoochie. I'm not looking for a hoochie dad. I'm looking for a husband. It's 7 p.m. Friday, 95 degrees.
Husbands are kind of overrated.
Good fucking night. Husbands are overrated is crazy.
Husbands overrated and kids.
That is crazy. Sometimes I am like, maybe I will just live my best Tracy Ellis Ross life.
Tracy Ellis Ross don't look sad ever, okay?
I would love to, like, have a cocktail. I would love to have an East Side Martini with her.
I would love to have an East Side Martini with her.
I really want to just sit and just chat.
I watched, she did an interview with Kevin Hart on his little, like, heart-to-heart show that's on Peacock, which isn't really good, but I'll watch it if it's people that I really like. Mm-hmm. I think he's a terrible interviewer, but that's neither here nor there. Sometimes it's okay to just be a great comedian and a great actor. You don't have to do everything. Yeah. But he didn't ask me for my 2 cents. Anyway, I watched Tracy Ellis Ross, and that was like one of the questions that he was asking her about, not like why isn't she married, but what, I guess, kind of backlash she gets from that, or not being, like, people people seem to have this belief that you can't be happy and alone.
Yeah.
Like that equally means
you have
lonely.
to be partnership, coupled up. Yeah.
And she cracked me up because she was like, I can have a pool of lovers, honey. Like, please, because I ain't posting none of these niggas, don't think that I don't go out on dates, that I'm not loved upon. And even if I wasn't, I love on myself.
Yeah.
Like, and she was like, marriage was never not something that I didn't want to do, but I never had anybody who added to my life.
Yeah.
She was like, I've created and built an amazing life for myself. And if you aren't adding to it, then why would I diminish anything about me?
Absolutely. If you are not adding to, and I think that's for everything.
That's for
Friendships,
everything.
relationships.
Yeah.
If you are not adding value and it's harder and it is taking away, like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Jobs.
Yeah.
Like, everybody, I don't know about kids, but everybody can go. Everybody can go.
Well, I can't give them back. They
can't give
stuck
them
here, but
exactly can't get the kids back. But outside of that, it's a sale. Everything can go.
Yes, and I just think that should be. I'd love that we have her because that needs to be highlighted more and celebrated more.
And I would love to hear a conversation actually between her and Regina Hall. No, yeah, Regina Hall.
Oh yeah.
Like, because she's kind of
Sanaya Lathan.
Yeah, I would love to hear a conversation amongst the three of them of just like, what does that look like for y'all? You know, they're probably 45, 42.
No, they're in their 50s.
Oh, they're in their 50s. Shit, my bad. Oh, see, I was giving, wow.
Tracy Ellis Ross is 50. Sanaya, I think, is like 52. And Regina Hall
so
is like
50
51,
50 plus.
52.
Like,
yeah.
what?
Which,
does that
shout
look
out
like?
to them. Granted, 50 isn't old, I don't think. But
I thought they were in their
look
40s.
incredible.
Yeah, I definitely thought they were mid 40s. So
they look
great.
incredible.
Yeah,
because they ain't got no nigga and no kids.
Stressing them out. I'm dead. That's where the stress comes from.
That's where the stress come from.
I'm dead.
The fucking
my
gray
God.
hairs come from your fucking 5-year-old jumping out the window or getting lost in a goddamn
supermarket.
Ritz-Carlton.
Which actually did happen. Lost in New York. It was given Jesse lost in New York.
Child.
Dead.
Get one of them blue leashes.
I told you I had a leash, so definitely had a leash in the park. My mother was like, you ran off one time. I was not running after you. And I got that little photo, like, with the little leash holding up. Definitely had a leash, child. Definitely did. And we're back.
Yeah, we're back.
So what is the next 6 months
The
look
next
like?
6 months. The next 6 months, I want to be a little bit more selfish.
Yes.
For myself.
Nothing wrong
myself.
with that.
Yeah. I think
Isn't
I
that
mentioned
the Emma Greedy? Isn't that how you say her name? The CEO of
Skims and Good American.
And Good American, yeah. And she's like, or I think just Good American. I can't, Good American,
Good
whatever.
American.
And yeah, she was like, women specifically, like moms, need to be more selfish.
Mm-hmm. And it's a very hard thing to do. Like, even just, I was telling T when I came here, I was like 20 minutes late because it's just so hard for me to get out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I have to make sure this is right. And, you know, my son, like, pooped shit all up his back and stuff. And I got to change him. And all, like, it's very few minutes are allocated to
you.
me.
Yeah.
You know, and that's including like fucking washing my ass.
Yeah.
You know, or shitting or anything. Like, everything is, you know, mommy, blah, blah, blah. Or there's a call, or there's a meeting, or I got to make dinner, or I got to try and have sex, or, you know, like, it's just very, very little time that, and one thing I think I learned about myself, or I never wanted to admit it, is I actually am more introverted than I am extroverted.
Really?
I am.
Okay.
I am. I love being alone. I love being isolated. I love not talking. I love all of those things.
It's hands down my favorite thing about living by myself. I mean, I
miss it so much.
Girl, there are days when I can't, and I hate to say because you're saying that, and I'm like, there are days when I cannot wait to get home and not utter a fucking word.
Man.
I literally said it to somebody. I was like, that's why I don't like talking on the phone when I'm in the house sometimes. I want fucking silence beyond my television or my music.
I have to, now what I find myself doing, and I can't do this when I become a 5 a.m. which is one of my goals, like legitimate goals, is I can't stay up late, because now I find myself trying to stay up a little bit later than what I usually do, just so I can fight back time for myself.
Yes, so you can have some time for yourself.
After everybody goes to sleep,
yeah,
then I'm like, oh my God, I didn't see this on Instagram, or oh my God, I can actually read a chapter in my fucking book.
You gotta get your backwood.
I gotta get my backwood.
You gotta get your book.
Like, right? Can I smoke?
Yeah,
you know, I can't like fucking do shit in the house with these fucking people in it, and so. You know,
you got to take some time up for yourself.
Yes,
have a little wine, have a little true rap. There's so many flavors, all of the flavors, and have a little bit of time to yourself.
That was me exhaling.
Come on,
shout out to
I
Whitney
just watched that last week.
I saw that, you and Kenny.
Yeah, it's just like we said that I was
so cute.
I was Angela Bassett. And like literally in every sense of the word, I was literally like Angela Bassett.
Ooh.
And then remember she was like spiraling a little bit, like she was like dating a married man.
Yeah. Oh.
And she's like Bernie, I need to feel. She's like, I'm not you, or whatever their names are.
Yeah.
And they were only like 30 something.
They were 34. All right, because I was seeing some recently, like that clip had surfaced on my Instagram. She was like, I'm 34 and I still look good, and I'm like, duh, like 34 is not fucking old.
34
but
is
in
not
that
old.
time, I guess it was such a thing.
34 is not old. Yeah, like he's a good man, Savannah, and that nigga was trash.
Yes,
he was. But that is also back to what we were saying. Like that is what was taught upon us, that you know, you, in order to be a success. I remember she had a great career. She
sure did.
To like do some other stuff with her job.
Yeah.
And her mother was solely focused on, even if he wasn't a good man and
or
he was
somebody
married,
else's man.
Yeah, he was married, that the hope that he would leave. It's like, why would you even want to be with a nigga like that just to say that you're in a relationship? Like,
right.
Come on. Like, you be one of them, mama. Like, it just.
That shit was funny. She cussed her damn mama out. Enough. Yeah.
So yes, be more selfish.
I'm gonna be more selfish. I'm gonna become a 5 a.m.er. And by my birthday, I'm gonna look really good.
Yes, you look good now.
Even if it's lipo, something's gonna happen.
Something's happening.
Something's happening, bitch. And if it's lipo, I'll drop the deets. But
I'm dead.
Something's happening. So what about your next 6 months?
I think just continuing to lean into my journey of just like I said, like trusting God, like literally just doubling down. I feel like I finally got my weight to like a point where I'm like, all right. Yeah.
It was one picture you posted and I was like, damn, this bitch look good.
I was like, thank you. Yeah, I was like, I finally am like, phew. So I realized for me, I really actually do very much enjoy working out now. Like I think I've gotten
you never,
I know.
You would be like, I hate I gotta do this.
And I definitely hate it, but I feel like, I feel sluggish when I don't, you know, or like when I go to Orange Theory and have like a great fucking, like it does really set the tone for my day when I have great workout. It's like, damn, I did all that. Like I burned 550 calories doing all that shit.
Yeah.
It does actually, I'm not even gonna lie, like it does feel really good. Or even just like taking walks and stuff like that. Like I actually really enjoy like walking in Prospect Park. Like
that's a beautiful thing.
It is. It's just like I really do feel, and I feel like connected to nature.
Yeah.
And like even when I'm like, ugh, I don't feel like it.
And it's good that you live close to the park. And you can like kind of steal that in New York.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
it's such a, and it's a concrete jungle.
Exactly. That you don't really feel like all the time you're in New York all the time.
Yeah.
I think I'm ready for a relationship. I would love that towards the end of the year. I'm still in my fun era.
Okay.
But after that's done, you know, I would love to, all of the things that I feel like I have learned in practice.
Yeah.
And all the things that I don't want to do now, like apply in real life.
Yeah.
And then just, do you know the thing that I really actually do have to do for myself though? I do feel a little, the other day I was like, I think I have undiagnosed ADHD. Like my brain is I feel like I have been moving a gazillion miles an hour. And somebody actually that I don't know that well said something to me like, yeah, you're always doing something. Like he's like, you're all, and for somebody that doesn't even know me that well to say it, I'm like, damn, okay. And I keep hearing it. And I was like, I really do want to be a little bit more like, and I'm a no person, but I think literally just like saying no to more things.
Yeah.
And just being like a little bit more. I need to close some tabs.
Because my ass was like, you think you need
I need
Adderall?
something. I'm so serious. I'm literally
Have you
like,
ever taken it?
no, but I'm going to when I get back.
Okay.
Yeah.
I only asked because I remember one time I was working with Billy. We used to just, I think I took it like a couple times with him just from one day being like hung over and I needed to focus like the next day. And it helped me focus.
Yeah.
But like some people, they'll take it, like if it doesn't work for you, you'll get like a high or whatever.
Oh, that's what,
But if it does work for you, you won't get high. You'll actually be like really efficient. Like you'll just be like, whew, okay, I can actually breathe. I can zero in on this one task that I've been needing to do and not be distracted by all of the other things that have been going on.
Okay.
So it'll be an interesting thing to see.
I think, I was like, obviously not just the drugs. I need to like pull back on some things. Like I'm not I could be doing, and I actually can multitask pretty well. But, like I'm the person that will be on a Zoom, but I'm texting. I might send an email. Like, it's just like, let's do one thing at a time. And I think it'll just help. I really would love to meditate. I think it will help like quiet my brain a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I just, my other word is like ease and peace. And so if stuff does not bring me ease or peace, it has to go. Like I'm so in tune with it. Like I could walk into a space and be like, I don't really like the way this feels. I'm out.
That's beautiful.
Like, so anything that does not bring ease and peace, it's like, it's got to go.
Have you thought about doing yoga?
I'm going to be honest, I'm not like a yoga girl.
Okay.
And I think with the race of my mind.
And that's what I was thinking about.
It's like I can do Pilates, and I hate to be like, I think because it's hard.
Yeah.
But yoga is so just like, I get so distracted. Like I literally I was doing it the other day in the house, which I keep telling y'all. Pilates is expensive as shit.
It is very expensive.
The Pilates though, like
they be getting them little small muscles. Those are the ones that make
the good old YouTube. I think it's like, I cannot remember her name, but I know Raven from Body by Raven has one. Those Pilates videos, just floor, are still amazing. And even that, like, I can't do the yoga floor like videos, but I can do Pilates. It's something about it does not. And when I work out, I need to like I need to work out.
Right.
And I don't feel like I have like a workout when I do yoga. So that's why it's just not, I feel like for me, I just be like, I don't like this.
Okay. I was thinking about it for the mind thing because you have to focus.
Yeah.
Especially when you're in the poses.
Yeah. It's something about it though that I'm like, maybe I'll revisit it. Girl, if
it ain't for you, it ain't for you.
Yeah,
I only do hot. I only do hot yoga.
I know, and I feel like
do the
hot's a little
sculpt
different.
and bar.
Okay.
All three of those.
Okay. And I can see bar. I did like that one time before.
Yeah. And that's just, to lose weight. And I feel like it's the fastest way to do it because you're doing all that sweating.
All the sweating. Yeah, exactly. And I think that one is a little different. Like I know somebody else that does that. And yeah. I love it. No, I love it.
Yeah.
So I think another thing you actually touched on, and how we were talking about like ease and people and like, as you get older and changing friendships. And, I feel like I was having this conversation last week. I just have so many conversations because I feel like I say that all the time, but y'all know I'm a certified yapper. So I really do be having so many conversations. And, somebody was like, they're both younger than me too. And, they both were and they are completely separate friend groups, but they're both cool with me. And so, the one girl's like, I really love your friend group. Like your friend group is so great. And the other one kind of said the same thing. And I'm like, huh? I was like, damn, am I taking bitches for granted? Because I was just like, well, who doesn't have great friends? And they were like, no, that's really a thing of like, I remember we had a listener letter, of like changing friendships and what does that look like? Yeah. And how do you navigate friends literally being weird or...
Oh, yeah.
And I think I've been very, very, very... Now I know for sure that I am like extremely blessed to have great friends that you can literally also do everything from like have hard conversations.
Yeah.
Do dumb fuck shit to, trips, like whatever it is, it definitely runs the gamut of like... I don't believe in like surface friendships of
Right.
like, oh, like obviously sometimes you have people that sit in pockets, but like I can't really, I realized about myself, I don't know how to navigate those friendships because
Yeah.
I don't know how, I feel like you have to walk on eggshells when you're friends with people for specific reasons or
Yeah,
the relationship changes. Which I never thought
Yeah.
about. And I was like, oh no, I was like, that's not my ministry.
It's
like
definitely not mine.
at all.
I only get this much time of allocation.
Yeah.
Like,
especially for you, yeah.
Like,
it's like
I think I need to be a little bit more open to making new friends.
Okay.
That I will say about myself. I think my last legitimate new friend was probably maybe Maine.
okay.
But I don't really make a lot of new friends. And
Yeah.
I do think people try to be friendly with me, like especially if it's like girls that I'm cool with that our kids play together.
Yeah.
There's a couple of them and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God, I like her. And that could probably be like a legitimate budding friendship, but
Yeah.
I don't know how to, I don't say I don't know how to pour into it, but I just don't, because I'm like, I only have so much time and I
Yeah.
want to spend it with the people that I actually want to spend it with.
Right,
And,
right. That
and
makes
that's-
sense.
It's no shade.
Yeah.
But I also don't always have that option because my friends are scattered,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, everywhere. Yeah. It is, but making friends, especially even as an adult, you don't like making friends, because I don't really have a lot of new friends though, to be
Yeah.
honest. I'm not really the same way. I'm like, well, I have a very solid, core group of people. And
Yeah.
so I don't, not even that I don't do well with it, but I guess I'm just like, I'm open to it, but I also don't know how to foster it maybe.
Yeah.
And I think, like I said, and more so like the relationships that change, that now I feel like I have had, some relationships change and it's like, damn, I got to put you in this box now. And
Yeah.
that's crazy to me to have to
Yeah.
put you in it's like, I don't hate you, but I think the dynamic has changed and it's like,
Yeah.
all right, now I got to I literally have to put you over here. And then
Yeah.
it sucks because then I don't be answering the phone as much. See, and that's why it doesn't work for me. I'll literally be like, oh, let me send you the voicemail chat. I don't feel like dealing with that today. and I dead ass do that. Be like,
Yeah.
dude. Or, you start. I've actually had two other people, now I think about it, say the same thing about just like being grateful to be like, thank you for inviting me into your circle kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I think when you hear stuff like that, and now I'm like, I got to place this bitch in this box now. It's like I don't.
Yeah.
I'm literally in real time trying to figure out how to navigate that. And again, it
Yeah.
is not I hate you. It's just the relationship has changed.
Yeah.
And so I have to, But I also think it's boundaries. I had this conversation with my homeboy Dave last night, and of when people say certain, like he literally said to me, like, "Yo, if you want to do this with said person, that's cool, but basically like." Not how I deal with you is going to change, but like how we talk is going to change. And I was like, damn, are you serious? But I couldn't be mad at it because it's like, that's your boundary.
That's your boundary.
That is your
Yeah.
boundary. No, I don't want to hear it at all. But you have to be firm in your boundaries because no fucking body else will.
It's very true.
Nobody.
That's so real.
Especially I feel like in, romantic, or even platonic and romantic, but even more so romantic. Like, if you don't hold fast to them boundaries, like
They're going to run over them motherfuckers.
run right on over them.
Yeah. And then try and gaslight you. Be like, well,
I'm telling you, I was literally like, I'm being gaslit, and this is actually crazy. I was like, I hate using these
buzzwords.
But the funniest part was literally in real time. I'm like, oh my God, I'm really being gaslit. I was like, that's kind of crazy. I'm being,
Yeah.
and I was like, I'm gagging. I was like, I feel like I'm like really in a fake whatever situation of using words like gaslit, and I was like, oh, I really know what this feels like. And again, you cannot trick me. Yeah, I was like, can I have another glass of rosé, please? Child, I'm giggling in the bathroom. Like, get the fuck. And just
right
not
there
letting
is a
things
mess.
bother you as much. I definitely try
Yeah.
to do that. I definitely don't let stupid shit bother me as much because it'll just take over your whole psyche.
It will. And we
Try
don't
to
have
leave it
enough
alone.
space.
Do not have enough space at
No.
all. At all. We gotta get you some food.
I know. I'm trying to starve. I'm trying to drink my calories.
Oh, so bitch, you're hungry. Yo,
I'm
she's
really
stomach is going
not.
off.
I'm not. Janae, you are not fucking hungry.
She is telling herself that she's not hungry, but her stomach is saying otherwise.
We will. I will get a smoothie with some protein
A
in
smoothie
it.
actually sounds delicious. A little like I probably could do that. I could do a green juice. I've been eating kind of terribly this trip, so
Yeah.
I could definitely do a green juice before chaos ensues. So, well, I can't wait to see what the next 6 months looks like.
I know.
We're going to revisit this
yes.
at the end of the year and see how we held fast to our
commitments,
manifestations, commitments, boundaries, all of the things,
Absolutely.
And well, the quote is, what if it does work out exactly how you imagined or greater? Stay open to that energy.
Yes.
Damn, that's just what we talked about.
You look so cute on the screen.
Thank you. Child, let me tell y'all something. LA has humidity.
She does a little cute glow on you.
LA has so much humidity that my leave out is being left out. And I need, if the girls know, one of them days is so humid.
Some dry heat.
My hair was like, what the fuck is happening? And I don't know if, matter of fact, I'm looking at the camera. If y'all know, I think it's that Dream silver bottle, or I literally was on TikTok this morning looking it up, or a mirror, and it's one more. And I'm trying to figure out which heat protectant spray works the best. Okay. Because my hair is so fucking humid right now. It's like very, very soft. And ever since I cut it in this bob, it's way thicker. Like, it's so thick.
Oh, that's
like,
good,
I'm
though.
like, no, but it's like, but it's still
hair.
breaking out, but it's just so thick. It's like kind of unmanageable thick that I might get like, it ain't giving relaxer, but I gotta do something like it. I gotta like loosen some of the texturizer. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, a texturizer or something. I really was thinking that because it's so thick. Like, I can't do anything.
That's that thick.
That's that jelly.
That real shit.
So y'all, be positive.
Be positive. Put on a good grateful. And even if you can't reach out and touch it, just know that if you stay positive and if you stay grateful, it will eventually find itself to your hand.
And will. Yeah. I truly believe that.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Bye. Bye, y'all.